Welcome into the DFS Den. It's Dave Eddy here, aka Corporal Eddie on Twitter. Back with a double video here again today. We've got two 6-game slates that I'm interested in playing. First one is from 405 to 410, so we got 6 games packed in real tight, and then we'll get to the I guess they call it the main slates, the 705 and later games. But let's go ahead and start with this early slate first. And we're going to, of course, start off with the pitching. And this is going to be kind of like usual here for my pitching. The top two guys and the salary are my two favorites. We got Kodai Senja and Jeffrey Springs. Senja is actually quite a bit more expensive, all things considered here. But those are the two guys that I'm most interested in. Senja going up against the Marlins, who have been striking out like crazy, and then Springs going up against Oakland. So two pretty good matchups there. I also have some interest in Lodolo, though I kind of think there's going to be some runs scored in that game, so I'm a little bit skeptical. But I'm also very interested in Justin Steele and Tanner Houck, but it's going to be Senja and Springs where the majority of my exposure is going to lie there. When we get over to the hitting side of things, my favorite stack is going to be Tampa Bay going up against Fujinami, who started off pretty decent in his first MLB start, but then got absolutely rocked. I like Brandon Lowe there. It's a lefty versus righty matchup, and Lowe is going to be batting right at the top of the order there, either first or second. It just kind of depends. And then I like Adam Duvall going up against my hometown Tigers. He hit a home run at the home opener there that I was there to see. But Duvall's been on fire so far. Dude's routinely putting up double-digit efforts. He's already got 3 games this year where he's put up over 20, and he's done so in 3 of the last 5 games. So I really like the opportunity that he presents. Joey Wentz has been pretty decent all in all, but it is a lefty versus righty matchup, which I like. So that's what I'm going to roll out with. Then we go ahead and run out to the main slate. Pitching here, pretty much status quo here. Not a huge fan of the pitchers on this slate, though. But you got to do what you got to do here. That being said, I don't love any of these options, but there are 4 guys that I do have in play. The 2 that I'm most interested in are Tyler Alexander going up against the Blue Jays. So not a big fan of the matchup, but think he's the best option on the slate. Then Eric Lauer going up against the Cardinals. Again, don't like the matchup, but I think it's one of the best on the slate. Other 2 guys I have some interest in are Montgomery and Noah Syndergaard. Montgomery going up against the Brewers on the opposite side there of Lauer, and then Syndergaard going up against the Diamondbacks. Now, typically, I don't allow 2 pitchers from the same game in the same lineup. In this case, being that I'm so short on starters for this slate and being that I don't like any of them, I'm not going to force that rule here. If I get Montgomery and Lauer in the same lineup together, then so be it. I'm not going to force that rule, which I normally would. And then as far as hitting goes, my favorite stack is going to be Washington. They are in Colorado, so it is going to be, kind of jacked up as far as ownership is concerned, but willing to eat that a little bit here. And then the guy I'm most interested in is going to be right at the top of the order there. At least I think he should be batting at the top of the order. And that is going to be Lane Thomas. He batted 7th last night, but I think that might have been because of the righty-righty matchup. Going up against the lefty, Austin Gomber, I think he's going to end up hitting leadoff. So hopefully we get at least an extra at-bat out of him there. But Thomas is a guy that I've always liked, and he does have a double-digit effort in 2 of the last 4 games, one of which he didn't, was a 9-pointer, so we will take it. Coming off a 3-hit effort, I like riding that momentum. And then I posted something about this on Twitter a little bit before I started to record this video. I think Aaron Judge hits a home run today. He's up against Cole Irvin in Baltimore, Camden Yards. He has got 19 home runs and he's hitting over 300 in Camden Yards for his career. He's actually got 60% more home runs in Camden than any other opposing ballpark. Of course, part of that is because they're in the division, but still, even compared to all the other NL East, road stadiums, he by far does the best in Camden. So very interested in paying up there for Aaron Judge. And with Lane Thomas, he's fairly inexpensive. So that does give you a cheap option. But that's running through both the slates for you. Try to make it as quick as I could. If you've been following along, if you like this video, if you like anything that I'm doing, basically, if you like these, drop me a like on here. It goes a long way. Shows me that you appreciate what's going on, and I appreciate that from you. Also, do yourself the favor, pop over here, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Make sure you turn on notifications. That way you get an alert every time a new video comes out. Very important for DFS because you need to get this information while it's still actionable. So that alert really helps. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you tomorrow.